In your painting company, if you estimate project based on total hours it will take to complete that project, and you give the total hours of allotted time to your crews that are going to do it, you probably have a process called pushback, or an audit process where the crews get to or push back against that the estimator has put together to more accurately represent how many hours the job's going to take. In this video, I want to explain how you can manage that pushback process inside of Airtable, and then also show a way that we can build a little interface for our supervisors to be able to go in and approve pushback hour requests that come in. So let's dive into this topic here. In the previous videos, I've been going through this job costing process. Job costing is a huge beast. It takes a lot of time, and we are automating this for our clients. So the part I want to focus on right now is this pushback hours column. And in a previous video that I did, I explained about setting up a pushback hours or a pushback request database. That's all in here. And I'm actually going to move one of these to requested. And now what I want to do is in the interfaces, and a side note, what we do when we build Airtable bases is the base is only accessed by one or two people in the company, and then we build interfaces on top of that data specifically for each role that's going to be utilizing and using the data in their job. So in this case, production people are going to submit pushback requests, and then the supervisor or sales manager is going to receive that request and then decide whether or not they're going to approve it or not. So what we have here is we can go in and we're going to make a new interface under the job leader, which is what this company called their supervisors. And we're going to show a record view. So it's going to do a record view, and this is going to be of projects. And the filter is going to be where the pushback is not empty. So if they have any pushback requests, we want to show that in there. We'll start with that for now. So we're going to first just see projects that have data in there. And then what we need to see on this is the job name, the HubSpot deal name doesn't matter, holiday doesn't matter, create event. We're going to need the project type. Probably want to see the estimator, the project crew leader, project job leader, and total hours. And we are definitely going to want to see pushback. So pushback hours, pushback, and there we go. So we're going to call this pushback approvals and make this here. So we have our pushback approvals, and in here it's going to show projects that have open pushback requests. And then here we have all of our pushback requests here. And what we want to do is change the information that is on these to some that are more useful for us. So we want to actually change it to show the status. I'm going to put that right in front. So this is the pushback request. We don't need to see the project because we're already on it, or the estimator because that's already shown above. And I want to see the total hours requested and request notes if there are any. And I think that's it. So these are going to be the pushback hours. So I'm actually going to move this up, since what we're here for is pushback hours. And this is just going to say right at the top, here's the pushback hours. This is going to be like additional section here. So we're going to add a group, and this is going to be pushback details. And then I'm going to move this pushback right into here. And then we're going to make a group here that's just called additional project details. So all this is just kind of supporting information. Actually, I'm not going to have that because we have the other stuff above. So let's put all this in here. And actually, I just thought of one more thing I want to add here. We're going to go back to the projects table, and in the pushback hours, let's do one that says pushback hours approved. Declined or requested, we're going to show that. And then this one is just going to be approved pushback hours. So with that, we will add in one more box here. We have our requested, approved, and total hours. And again, just thinking of things that people might be confused by, I think I'm also going to add in a total hours with pushback. So let's add one here that says all right, so I'm just making these a little more clear. We got estimate, or let's do estimated plus AWO hours. And then this is going to say estimated plus AWO plus pushback hours. And that's all of them. So we got estimated plus AWO. All right, so we have those hours now. Back in the interface here, we have so we've got the estimated hours requested, estimated approved, estimated IWO plus, and then all of it down here. And we are going to change this to 120 hours total. And now this, we want to make it to allow them to click into it. And we want this to be all right. So just finishing this up here, but I made a couple adjustments here. So we have our pushback approvals view now. So any jobs that show up here or have requests that need to be approved or declined, and I could have a filter here. We could make this a little bit better because, like, for example, if I come in here and I go in and I mark this as approved, I can do that. But now I don't have anything else to do on this one, so I want it to go away. So I don't want this to show anymore. So what we could do is when we're editing this, we could set up the filters here to say filter by and make some tabs here. And the tabs that we're going to have would be, the first one is going to be called needs approval. And the condition here would be if the, go back into here. So on the project, we need to have those pushback field. We need to see those pushback requests. So pushback. So this thing here, we need to pull in another lookup field, and we're going to pull in the status. So because it has approved, decline, approved, we're going to use this field and we're going to call this pushback requests statuses. So that's all of them. And now in the interface, we want to show in the filter here, in the needs approval one, I want to have the condition be the pushback is not empty, so there is pushback hours. And then we want the status, it would be none of these. If there is a requested one, show it. So that's going to be that filter. And then the second tab here that we're working on is all, we could say, okay, so now as the manager, I can come in here and if I have a new pushback request, so let's say that a crew member is going to go in and submit a pushback request on a job. So I come in here, I go to my pushback request, and the crew is going to go in and say, I want to add 5 hours of pushback to this. And this is a test. We're going to submit that. Then I come back over here and the pushback approvals is now going to have a project that says there is a pushback request here for 5 hours. I could click on that, come in and say, nope, you're only going to get 3 hours. And I'm going to say, this test really worked. And then I could change this to approved. So I'm approving 3 hours instead of 5. And that's how we do that. So now we have this interface set up for the job leaders, and we could also duplicate this and move it into the sales manager dash as well. I'll show you how to do that. So you can take that pushback approval page and click duplicate, and we're going to copy it to the sales manager and duplicate that. So that is where you would see those. And again, if it needs approval, it will show that. And I think filter, yeah, there we go. So that is the process for pushback and managing it inside of Airtable. Thanks so much for watching. Please drop a comment down below. What did you find valuable? What else would you like to see? Do you have any other questions on pushback or other job costing, benchmarking, other things that you'd like to automate in your painting business? I'd love to hear from you. You can also reach out on our website, helloboolean.com, and we'd be happy to give you a free consultation on your tech stack or anything else we could help with. Hope this was valuable. We'll see you in the next video.